Good morning. For today's outing, I'm going to explore the lake at Fontana Park by Hazelton. I do have my fishing tackle along, so I may cast a little bit, but I don't know how serious I'll be about that. I've already seen a great blue heron and a double-crested cormorant, so I may be doing more wildlife photography than anything else. What's interesting about today's outing is that I dug this out of storage, and I'm going to take the old barge out. I shouldn't call it a barge. It's not as nimble, but it's solid. This is my Ascend FS12 Sit-in Kayak. They don't make them anymore. I'm going to take it out, probably work a little bit harder to paddle it. Like I said, it's not so nimble, but I'm going to give it a try. And it's been a while since I've had this out in the water, on the water, so today's the day. So let's go out. Let's take a look at Fontana, the lake here at Fontana Park. And by the way, if you think you want to come enjoy it, it is a electric motor only lake, so keep that in mind. But it's not that big. It'll be a good paddling lake. Let's get out on the water and see what I can find. As I mentioned, it's been ages. Oh, there's a green heron. So I've already seen a green heron, great blue heron, and a double-crested cormorant. I haven't shot pictures of any, but I know the general area of 2 of the 3. I don't know where the cormorant went. So anyway, I'm out here with this Ascend FS12 Kayak. It's heavy, but it's got one thing going for it, and that is the seat is like a lawn chair. It is very comfortable. I just wish the kayak itself wasn't so heavy. And it's not bad to paddle. It's not as light as some of the other canoes and kayaks that are out there, but it's not bad. Very manageable. There's been a number of times when I've considered selling this kayak since I don't use it very often. And then I take it out like today and I sit in it and I realize how comfortable it is. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that great blue heron's just taking care of feathers, making it so pretty. Great blue herons are my favorite birds. Not sure why, but they are. They always have been. And away it went. Now I'll go see if I can find that green heron. My wife and I and friends camp here at Fontana fairly often, and we usually just fish from shore, but I'm thinking it might be worth bringing along vessels to get out on the water. If nothing else, it's just pretty. That green heron should be over here to the left somewhere, but they can hide. A number of years ago, there were green herons nesting on the stream below the dam, but I don't know if that's happened in years. The green heron just flew out, and I know where it went. I'll see if I can slowly drift up to it. So as for this kayak, I do like the kayak. Like I said, though, it's heavy and not as nimble. And with it being a kayak versus a canoe, it's not as easy, not near as easy to have camera gear in it. I have to slide everything under the front. That said, it works well. I see a fisherman up on the point, probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. They may not realize I have a camera going. up ahead on the tree that's down in the water. The great blue heron is on that. I'm gonna have to do a real slow drift towards it to get a picture, I think. I'll try from further out. Sometimes I wish I had a little electric motor that I could run with my feet. Oh, it got into a better spot. Well, it was a better spot. Now it's going to be under the brush. The green heron did an escape maneuver. I've seen them and great blue herons just take off into the woods on a walk. So I imagine that's what it did. It's in the woods somewhere watching me. That's okay. I might find another one. If I remember correctly, I can paddle this upstream far enough that I would get into the little town of Hazelton. Hazelton is not very big, and it hosts an Amish community. Some businesses there. But I believe I can get up there. And my guess is this lake today is probably up because we had a lot of rain that's coming down the watersheds. So I would guess this is up. I haven't been here enough to know. If it's not up yet, it will be soon. Because there was a lot of water that fell further upstream near the Minnesota border. A couple of details that I really like about this kayak are that, number one, it's camouflage. It's really a nice black, green, gray camouflage. And the other thing is that the part of the kayak that's above water is shot peened. So it's, in addition to camouflage, it doesn't have all that shiny reflection on it. I wish some of my other vessels had the same feature. To me, that really makes sense if you're going out for doing things like I do, wildlife photography, or if you were duck hunting. This would make a great duck hunting vessel. Maybe I ought to sell it. I don't use it. If there's any duck hunters or fishermen out there or photographers interested, reach out. Maybe I'll sell it. In the past, I've even had my fish finder, depth finder decked out on the top, mounted on the top, and on the rear is where I had my transducer. So it would not take much to bring it back to life as a good fishing kayak. I mentioned earlier that I saw a double-crested cormorant. It was kind of interesting because it was swimming along the edge of the pond here, along the edge of this lake. And it swam up to where I was getting this kayak ready. And I spooked it. I didn't even see it coming. And all of a sudden it must have seen me or heard me and got skittish and took up and went upstream. So maybe our paths will cross. I have no idea how deep this lake is. I don't have any electronics with me to tell that. And really, when I'm out shooting photos, it doesn't matter. If I decide to fish, then it might be interesting. But there's plenty of habitat here. I just enjoy seeing the lake. If I catch a fish, fine. If I don't, that's okay too. I don't care. I have my fishing tackle along in case I get bored, but when I'm out looking at a new body of water, I generally don't get bored. This is going to be one of those spots where I'm going to paddle again here in a few weeks when the leaves start to change. The naturalist here at Fontana, Michael, there's a great blue heron. He's a pretty good guy and offers programs here, and including some moonlight paddles. Maybe I ought to take him up on one. Generally, I do that on the Wapsie at our cabin, but I could go somewhere else. That great blue heron didn't go very far. So I'll keep my eyes open. There it is. Oh, there it goes again. Apparently it doesn't want to spend time with a guy in a kayak. That's okay. This kayak's got at least 1, 2, 3. I don't remember if it's 3 or 4 Scotty mounts for fishing equipment, rod holders or whatever you want to put in those Scotty mounts. It's got an anchor system on it. It's really a pretty practical canoe or kayak for getting out on the water. Again, I don't know why they quit selling this one. I know about the time this thing quit going on sale is when the sit-on-tops came out, but I'm not a big sit-on-top fan. I had a sit-on-top kayak and I got rid of it. I just prefer to sit down lower if I'm going to be in a kayak. I see wildflowers here along the bank. I'm going to shoot some pictures of them. Got a sunflower species and obedient plant. I think the sunflower might be cut leaf coneflower or maybe woodland sunflower. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up when I get home. Okay, let's go back upstream. What I did with these Scotty mounts, and it works not just in this kayak, but in my other vessels that have them, is I've made GoPro mounts that I can just drop into the Scotty mount and record my activities. Now, today, I'm not using the Scotty mount, I'm using a clamp because I didn't have a short enough mount to go into the Scotty mount, a short enough extension. I didn't want it to stick so high up. But that does work well too if you plan ahead and have the right ones with you. I actually have shorter posts to put in the Scotty mounts. I just didn't have them along. That works well too for somebody that wants to document either like this, the paddling trips, or if I was fishing or if I was out hunting. But it works well. From the looks of things, I must not be too far from Hazelton. I'm seeing backyards and hearing lots of traffic. Well, lots of traffic for Hazelton. And this must not be terribly deep because I don't think that the microphone probably picked it up, but a number of times I've felt and heard as I went over submerged logs. Oh, there's the cormorant. It's taking off. Huh. I may not get a picture of that. But it's going the wrong way in its migration, so at some point it'll come back. Probably not when I'll see it. The river's got 3 little splits here. And I believe I am taking a backwater. And the only reason I'm doing that is I want to get closer, see if I can get closer to that great blue heron. But I'm not on the main channel. And I see another great blue heron up on the main channel, so that's good. Looks like they must have a nest somewhere up here, doing some reproducing. And the great blue heron took off, but I see there might be a cut up there that I can just keep going up this way and get over to the main channel. On the west side of Hazelton, there's a little bridge and parking area that people familiar with the area, I imagine that might be some spot where they go fishing. I frequently see people park there. And I don't know if they're catching anything, but they use it. What a nice little outing. Oh yeah, it's way shallow here. We're talking inches. Inches. I don't even know if there's enough water here to float this kayak. I'm gonna try to stay on this side. Maybe I can get through. If not, I turn around. Well, maybe. I can see the sandy bottom, but I'm not hitting it, so that's good. This is a good spot for a heron. Current flowing through here should keep it open. I would expect I'm going to get through this. There's sticks underneath. But a little bit farther and I'll be there. Wow, if I lived in this area, I know where I'd be going a lot. Even though it's small, look at all of this habitat. Oh, there's another green heron. Maybe if I would quit talking, I would see stuff sooner. I like those little green herons. Get a charge out of them. Great blue heron further away. Up here closer, that's cedar waxwings. Cedar waxwings, and there's a swallow. Hit something there. We have a cedar waxwing in the willow here off to the right. Had a cedar waxwing in the willow off to the right. I got a picture of it though. If my memory is correct, this is Otter Creek. That's got the impounded back there at the dam underneath the bridge to make this pond. I think that's what it is. I'll have to look double. If I'm incorrect on that, I'll put some text on the video. You might be able to tell that I'm going into yet another backwater area. This must be all divided up. Lots of little islands. What fun. This is the kind of paddling I enjoy. We've got an interesting seed here from a shrub. I believe it's a shrub. And right now I can't remember what it's called, but I'll get pictures of it. Share them with you here, but I don't even know if it's native. But it's here, so might be worth a photo or two. I have a hunch I'm approaching the main channel again. Yeah, I see the bridge way off in the distance. Oh, some wood ducks. Hopefully you heard them. I think I'll paddle to the bridge so I can say I did it. And then I'll start working my way back. If this is the bridge that I think it is, there will be a little fishing thing, some sort of a structure on the left. I think that would put me at west of Hazelton. Right on the west edge. Yep, there's the thing, the structure. Up here on the left, that's the fishing place I've seen. That's kind of neat. I wish there were more of these for the public to just use. I'm not sure the story behind it, how it got here and who paid for it, but it's really neat. And I'm at the bridge. Up above, underneath above the piers, you can see all the swallow nest. Many of them have already started to fall into the water. Most bridges in the area have those. And then there's a short period of time when it's really busy, when there's all kinds of swallows flying around when you drive over the bridge. Now I'm going to work my way back. And nope, for the people wondering, I haven't fished yet. I have a brother who thinks that all I do is take my fishing tackle for rides. And he's sort of right. I'm easily distracted. But look around, look at all this stuff. There's so many things to see. You never know what's behind the next tree or around the corner. It's so pretty. This kayak has one feature that I wish every vessel that I owned had, and that's notches on the sides on the gunnels where I can easily just drop my paddle, or I suppose I could drop a shotgun if I was carrying one. But it doesn't roll back and forth. I don't have to wonder where my stuff's at. It just drops right in and it holds it. It's not strapped. It's just sitting there by gravity and by shape. But it's really convenient, and I wish they all had that. I'll show that at the end. Hanging over the river here, this light pink stuff, I believe is Joe Pyeweed. I see some jewel weed or touch-me-not up ahead. I'm gonna try to shoot a picture or two of them. Jewelweed supposedly, the juice of jewelweed supposedly calms stinging nettles, the burn of stinging nettles. I've tried that with my son before. He doesn't have fond memories of it working terribly well. But we tried. I'm not sure what these rich colored berries are, but they're kind of pretty. I don't know the number of campsites here at Fontana Park, but there's the older unit that's along the creek and more in the trees. That's actually my favorite area, just because I like the trees. And then there's the newer area that's only 2 or 3 years old, if maybe 4 or 5, I don't know. It's not very old. And then there are some cabins too on the opposite side of the lake that are available for rent. And if my memory is correct, they are available all year, if my memory is correct. But do check on that before you think you're going to come here in the winter. But I thought they were 4-season. Up in the distance you can see the bridge, the arch bridge. Looks like there's 4 Amish fellows fishing off the bridge. That's also where the dam is, so you need to be careful. Don't get too close. I don't believe I need to get any closer to the dam. Current can be deceiving. So I think I'll paddle back up to the boat ramp and take out. Earlier I mentioned these little cutouts on the gunnels of this kayak. There's right here and right here. And the way these work is when you want to set your paddle down, or I imagine it'd work for a shotgun, you just drop it in there. Now I put this fabric on here so when I set my paddle down, it's quiet. You don't hear all that clunking that quite often we hear. But how slick is that? Wouldn't it be nice if they all had it? You don't have to wonder where it's at. Just set it down. If I have a tripod set up in the front here, I can shift the paddle back, drop it in this one. Just slick. And I wish all the kayaks and canoes had these. So anyway, that's that little feature I was telling you about. I'm gradually working my way back to the boat ramp, so I think I'll wrap this video up. Don't click away. If I have any photos, I will add them after the video portion of this. If you like these kind of videos, please give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and share it with others. I've heard so much feedback from other people who enjoy watching the videos and exploring places they may not get to see through my videos. So please share it with others. Again, I'm at Fontana Lake at Fontana Park in Buchanan County, outside of Hazelton. It's a great place, campground, lake, playground, a couple of campgrounds actually, and cabins to rent. So it's a good spot, and I encourage you to get out and visit it sometime. With that, I do thank you for watching.